It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we've got the Dragons' superstar wide receiver. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Dublin Shamrocks taking on the Dragons of Brooklyn. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Dubliners, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Throwing on first down. Ellsworth. Short pass caught by the tight end Griffin. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra, next man up, since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Ellsworth. Here's Griffin on the catch. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ellsworth. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw. Ellsworth. Looking left side, and he's got it. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Ellsworth. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dragons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
This 2nd and 4.
At the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw. Colbert. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Operating from the gun. Colbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 90 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Ellsworth throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. When you look at this defense, we know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
2 yards still to go, and 3rd down now. Off play action. Ellsworth. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here now, 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
14. And a Dublin first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Landry. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Back to throw. Colbert got an open man. It's Scott. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looking to throw. Colbert. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st down, it's Riley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Ellsworth. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Off the play fake. Ellsworth. Got his man. That's Davis. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the sideline and incomplete. When you look at this defense, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw again. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. fourth down play. Make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Landry, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he fields it cleanly. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. 2nd quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ellsworth got his man complete over the middle. It's man. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Ellsworth. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down in the yard. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Riley, and this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw. Ellsworth. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Ellsworth. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And 8 yards to go.
To throw on 3rd down. Ellsworth. And he fires one, but incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it. Not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So they'll walk him back half the distance. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Landry. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Tackled at the
That good for 19 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Colbert. That'll be caught. It's Scott. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Colbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Scott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Dublin, first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
At the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw. Colbert. And that's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 3rd down, Colbert. Fighting, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Riley. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
46-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Ellsworth. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Dublin's offense now set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
At the 30-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Colbert. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Off the bootleg, Colbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. On first down, Ellsworth. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Operating from the gun, Ellsworth. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Back to throw. Ellsworth. Throw left side complete. That's Alexander. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Riley. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Looking to throw. Ellsworth. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Colbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Throwing again. Colbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Lucas. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Ellsworth. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. On 1st and 10, Colbert. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got Booker. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here.
Throwing on 1st down. Ellsworth. And he will find Davis. That's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And he returns this to the 22. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Colbert.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And the Dublin first down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Back to throw again. Open man here is Scott, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff running through the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. Second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got third and goal coming up, and can you imagine being in that hole, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. A very costly sack there on third and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on fourth.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 39. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Well, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Ellsworth. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds moves, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Up the middle they go. It's Riley, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. Here is 3rd and 5. Will get their hands on it, go the other way, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Dublin's offense now set to take over.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down.
First down,
Looking to throw. Colbert. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 61 yards.
And the Shamrocks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Ellsworth. Short pass caught by the tight end Griffin. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Riley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. Back to throw. Ellsworth.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Got to give credit to both defenses because they've been able to keep the points down. And despite that incompletion, I like the way he's playing. He's putting up decent numbers. What he has to do, find a way to make that sound read and hit that one home run before this one's over.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Ellsworth.
That is caught.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, it's Riley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. He finds his man, complete. That's Riley. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Ellsworth.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Riley, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Operating from the gun, Ellsworth. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and less than a yard.
Looking to throw. Ellsworth. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Charles, he's got to be shaking his head after that drop.
No doubt about it, because that was a chance to put 6 on the board. And in today's football, you have to score touchdowns every opportunity because offenses are so high-powered.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dragons have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Landry. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And a Dublin first down.
Off the bootleg.
Colbert. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The offense on third down, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Colbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
Looking to throw. Colbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. Colbert. Back in the end zone. Can he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
They'll try and run for it. And he is going absolutely nowhere in the wrong direction. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Throwing to start the drive. Ellsworth. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lucas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
He finds his man. Complete. That's man. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Riley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe on gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach. He's in big trouble.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Dublin's offense now set to take over.
And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind him, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On second down now, Landry shifts past him. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And touchdown. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Shamrocks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Ellsworth. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him the first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. It's Riley. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Looking to throw. Ellsworth.
Getting the football to Davis on an out route.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On first down, Ellsworth caught here by Griffin.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
On first down, it's Riley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 10-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
85 yards rushing for him now to this point. An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this one is right through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Back to throw.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to throw.
That is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
And he is going to have a 1st down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Riley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Up the middle they go. It's Riley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll indeed take a knee. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Here's 1st and 10.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
He's back to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Brooklyn, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dubliners, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.